Good morning, Evan. Today is Tuesday, May 1st, 2012. I'm greeting you from my dorm room. Today, I decided to dress up as a drag queen. Even though I'm a lady, I know it makes no sense. Okay, more serious note now. This is for Miss Egbers, who died a few days ago. I'm crushed, and I feel broken right now. I haven't seen her for years, but I remember her. I remember that my mom told me her biggest fear was that her past students would forget her. That they would leave her and she'd melt into non-existence, sink into meaninglessness. We went to see her one time after she retired. I was excited and really nervous to see her after a couple of years. It was a really lovely, warm, and breezy day. She had this tiny backyard where she had shoved this big rectangular table and put a tablecloth over it, and we had high tea and wonderful sandwiches with the crusts cut off. My mom, my sister, and I were there. I think Miss Lavin was there too. And much later I found out that she and Miss Lavin had this huge falling out. I don't know why or what happened. I don't know why she left her husband. I sort of hoped that she and Miss Lavin were in love. I still think about her. She responded to every one of her 5th grade students' journals every week. I was in the root beer club with her. I forgot what that acronym stands for, but basically it was her, a couple other students, and I, and we would read books and talk about the books we read. I remember Max Joyner read The Cimmerillion, and I read Treasure Island. At the end of the year, we went out to the Laurelhurst Brew Pub and had root beer floats. I thought that was the coolest thing. We also got French fries, which were honestly the most delicious French fries I ever had. Miss Egbers taught me long division when, in 4th grade, I had completely failed. She taught us all about similes and metaphors, how to edit papers, which I still use her techniques. I dare had her for her last year before she went into retirement. Miss Egbers got diagnosed with ALS. It wasn't the actual disease. They had misdiagnosed it for a few years, and nothing seemed to be helping her. She slurred her speech. I remember that when I was talking on the phone with her, she sounded kind of drunk. My mom told me it was the disease. That really scared me because the idea of someone not being able to help themselves, that they're like in some kind of mental cage or a prison that they won't be able to get out of, and they can think and cognate within their own minds, but they can't communicate it to the outside world. So that's really scary. Slowly, I guess, but also achingly fast, she degenerated. Her movements and speech became slower and sloppier. Her impeccable handwriting was no longer beautiful. I remember this from Christmas cards. I say this from the tiny tidbits of memory I have of her and from the fleeting conversations I had about her with my mom or Maggie. I didn't see very much of her. I felt so guilty about that. She missed us. I loved her. And now she's dead. Just utterly dead. I wonder what happened during her funeral. I wonder if she and Miss Lavin ever made up. I wonder if they became friends. I wonder if she knew that I held her in the highest of regard and still do. I wonder if she knows how she changed my life and how I idolize her. I'm often very callous to death and people dying. When celebrities die, I guess I think about it because everyone talks about it, but I don't care. That feeling extends, and I don't like to admit it, but to famous intellectuals and even friends of friends. Not that there's been very much death in my life. I mean, I have been to several funerals. I know the older I'll get, the more I'll go to. I also know that Miss Egbers was probably not having a very good time at the end of her life. But I won't say that her death was a mercy. I don't think I can ever be the judge of that. Saying things like that is just people trying to make themselves feel better. I don't know if she's in heaven, or if once her physical body is gone, she is forever completely and utterly gone. I just want to remember her. I just wish I could have seen her. I wish I was better to her. I wish I wrote to her more. Next week is finals week. Let's see how it goes.